Hi, and welcome to the round 14 review after the Carlton Football Club get a much needed W. Much needed W. 18 goals 12, 120 points to Gold Coast, 8 goals 13, 61 in, I think, what I can say on behalf of everyone involved. Just a day and a weekend with some relief and something where we can just take a deep breath and just stay in the moment of happiness for a little while. I think everyone, players, coaches, supporters, everyone, staff members, we needed that one. I'm not getting too carried away. Very cognizant of the fact that, I don't know what it's going to mean. I don't know what it means. There's still 7 games or 9 games to play. And so, more than anything, we just needed a bit of a pressure release, all of us. So, yeah, finally a review, a happy review. And so, without wanting to look too far ahead, it's just more about staying in the moment and talking about today. And today was round 14. Today, I was at the President's Club function as part of the Corey Durden sponsorship. I get one of them every year. And today was the day. I took a childhood best buddy of mine with me, Maddie, and we had a good time. He and I have been going to the footy. We've gone many times growing up, so it was good to add another game to our collection. I've got to say, there was a lot of anger, a lot of negativity, and a lot of, what's it going to be today? How are they going to do it today? What type of way are they going to find to still not get themselves out of the rut today? And I mean, I tipped us, I always tip us. There's always that little bit of hope that something different will happen, but I don't think, I certainly did not see today coming in the manner in which it came. I was a bit cognizant of the fact that, the Suns, they're just a competitive outfit. They're well coached, they're well drilled, good contest team. And I felt like they would cause problems. Got there nice and early today, 11 or 11:15 outside the MCG. Ready to get to the function, had the starters. I got to say that the conversations that I was having with anyone that I was talking to before the game, it was, still that frustration and anger and almost a little bit of woe is me type from everyone that I spoke to, including myself. So there was that. The raffle tickets came out, a very interesting little moment. Didn't purchase a raffle ticket this time. Then the margin tickets came out where you purchase a margin ticket, you get given a margin as a scratchy, and then that's your margin. So mine came out, $10, no worries, 89 points. So I just threw it away, threw it on the table. I'm like, all right, well, that's not happening, is it? So that was a little moment early in the piece. I was really curious, to be honest, to see what sort of message, what sort of conversation, speech that we were going to get from the speakers and what they were going to put on and what the vibe was going to be. Paddy Kinnersley spoke first, made a really good speech. I think the takeaways that I took from what she said were more around how we need to use this period as a driver for sustained success and really dial in on our values, which I thought was a strong message. And to be fair, it's been pretty consistent all the way through, even through all of the perceived turmoil that we've been in, and everyone was feeling it. And in some ways, I was happy to not be listening to, any sugarcoating, no rubbish. It was just real talk. David Boone was there as well in attendance. He made a pretty cool speech. I liked the way he spoke because it was just real. He wasn't there to tick off any boxes and thank any sponsors or anything like that. He was there to just talk real talk. And, he drew on his experience in his life and in his career. He felt like it was just around the corner. He spoke about how in his career, it's hard to learn how to win. It's hard to figure it out. And we're in a situation with this group where it's on the players. They've just got to work their way through it. So I thought that was a really good way. I thought it was a great speech and a good way to start the day. Then the first quarter starts and it's just... and it just starts being a lot of the same of what we've seen. I noticed it was silent for about 10 minutes, no score, or maybe a few behinds to the Suns. It was painful. We had choked the ground quite a lot. Our deepest forward, I think Charlie at one point was literally ahead of the halfway line. So, at times we weren't close enough to our closest opponent. And it was just a really frustrating quarter. I think there was a moment there where Harry spoilt Cripps. We were fumbly. Then we had a few nice moments. Jack Martin with a little bit of poise. It was good to see Cunners in there as well. Looked sharp, looked instinctive, looked to just go with the first option every time he had the ball. We had a few entries that were intercepted, some poor entries. So again, much of the same. I think there was a moment late in the first. Harry drops a regulation mark out in front, and just you sit back in your chair and you're like, okay, all right, that's what it's going to be. 17 errors to 8 in the first quarter for Carlton. We lost the inside 50 count 9-15, and it was just a validation of the feeling that we were probably all feeling before the game. Then the second quarter happens. I don't know what was said. I don't know what happened. Maybe they just got themselves so far deep into the hole that it literally got to the point where it's like, it just can't get any worse. They can't continue to keep playing this poorly and without this much confidence. And then we just found some dominance at centre stoppage. Walsh running through the middle, getting a handball from Cripps. Then Chera started doing it, started getting some quality looks, not on the boundary, right in that middle channel, right down the highway, all the way through to goal. And 1 became 2, became 3, became 4, became 5, became 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was great. And before you know it, we had kicked 11 straight goals from when the Suns had kicked their 2, I think it was. So a massive sigh of relief. Hadn't seen us kick 9 goals in a quarter. I don't think we've done it with this group. I know we did it. I know we kicked 8 goals in a quarter a few times last year, but 9 was a big deal. So get to half time, and for me it was a bit of confusion. That was awesome. I don't know what this feels like. I'm confused. How do they go from playing so poorly in the first and really the last 6 weeks to kicking 9 goals in a quarter? A bit frustrated, but also I'll take it. And then, we continued on, started seeing just some smiles and just some happiness. Every moment that went in our favour was starting to show a bit more confidence being built, and it clicked. What can I say? It clicked. The Suns came out and really lifted in that third quarter. I thought we held off pretty well. Defensively, we stood tall. We stood up to it and didn't, just mitigate that damage. And then really it was just a dominant display moving forward in that fourth. We win the game by, 10 goals or 59 points. It was funny. Matt's card had Carlton by 60, so it was close. He would have won the prize there, and it wasn't to be. And so here we are. We win a game of footy. We beat the Suns, and we head into the bye just with something to not be depressed about, because I think we've all been feeling it, all of us. So a much-needed win. Good to see the smiles on their faces. Like Cripps as well. I mean, the guy, he carries a lot. And good to see him kick straight. Good to see Harry kick straight in his 100th. Good to see Tom de Koning kick some goals in his 50th. Chera continuing on. Then you had, always Fogarty, Cunningham. Everyone had their moments, and it was a well-rounded performance. One that I'm not going to get too carried away with, but one that I'm very grateful for. So a special day, a good memory, one that I'll definitely remember this one for a while, probably because of what it had come after, given the 9 weeks that we've had, minus the West Coast game. Even Vossi in his press conference, I'm watching it, I'm listening to it, and it's just, just a sigh of relief. So, yeah, happy with that. What's it going to mean? Can we build off it? I think it doesn't matter whether we're going to do something this year or not. We have to finish the season strongly. We have to perform. We have to represent the club, or they have to represent the club in the right way. And that's what the expectation is. So I think we unlocked a little something with that running game, or we found it again. I think we found it while still having our structures in place behind the ball. And yeah, I think the story of the day was more the generation of quality looks that we were able to find today. They weren't as tough as the shots that we've been generating over the last period of time. Today was a day where good looks and we converted. We took the most of our opportunities and we got the job done. So yeah, a deep breath. That's all I wanted today. We will worry about Hawthorn when we get there. We've got a bye coming up. And that's the most important thing right now. I think a break is what is good for everyone, just to have a week off. So that's that. That's round 14. What about you? How did you experience round 14? There were less than 30,000 people there, which I will say this. I liked the statement of it. Yeah, I would love to see 50, 60,000 people there against the Gold Coast Suns, but how can you blame people that switched off? You know, there's no right or wrong. If you watched from home, if you watched at the game, it was what it was. I'm grateful that I hung on and went to the game and got to enjoy it live because it was a good atmosphere. And so we'll see if that brings some more people back on board next time we play at the MCG in a few weeks. So yeah, share with me in the comments. How did you experience today? I am filming this the night of because we've got some time, and it's funny when you get a win, you don't need to go to sleep and sleep on it. You know what you want to say. So yeah, this one's coming to you the evening of the day of the game. So chat to you in the comments. See you soon. Enjoy your break. Enjoy the bye. And go Blues.